So hello everyone, it's your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, and today I have decided that we are going to do the best and worst of luxury makeup. Luxury and high-end makeup. So I decided that I would pull out all the stuff from my collection that I have two categories basically. It's like I feel like it's not worth your money, don't buy that shit, don't touch that shit, don't think about that shit at all. And then I have a category where it's like, well, if you catch on a good sale, I think the quality of the product is good enough, but I don't think it's good enough for like the price they charging people type vibe. So we're gonna get into those two little sections there. So I'm gonna start off with, of course, the worst one, so we can end on a nice little happy note with all the stuff that I feel like you could buy as long as it's on sale, because it's good, but it's just not worth what they charge in the original prices, which I feel like is actually a way bigger category than the one with stuff that I just don't like, which I guess is good, because that means I don't have a whole bunch of stuff in my collection that I don't like. Anyway, I'll start off with let me see, one of the brands I just talked about recently that is inclusive when they feel like it, and then otherwise, you know, they just drift off and, you know, only make stuff for people who aren't darker than who are, you know, medium tan and lighter. So we have Hourglass, and as you can see, I didn't even care enough about the foundation to get a full size. I guess it's this the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. I wear the shade Golden Almond if anybody gives a damn. But like, yeah, this foundation was horrible. Nobody liked it. Well, I heard a few people like it, but I heard there's like a whole bunch of stuff you got to do with it or whatever, because it's liquid to powder. Plus, I heard that you can only use a small amount when you use it or something like that, and then it wasn't what do you call it? It's like a liquid to powder, so you can't put on that much, because if you try to put on a layer after you put that on, and it turns into powder to cake up and all that. So it's like, it was just a whole bunch of issues going on with this, and it's like, I have other foundations that don't do that, like the NARS one, you can build on it even though like it's a liquid to powder, and you don't have those type of issues. So the fact that like all that was going on with this, I'm just like, yeah, no, it's not worth your money. There's another one over here that I have that has the same type of formula, but again, you can still build on it, and it's like good enough to where if you can get on the sale, it's a good deal, and since it's been on sale for a while, you know. Anyway, the point is, don't buy this shit. It's bad. And as you can see, I didn't even buy it while I'm telling you not to buy it, so that should tell you all you need to know right there. Okay, so the next foundation I have is the Dior Forever. Now notice this is the new one. The old one that Jaclyn Hill was raving about, I definitely would recommend it if you can find it in somebody's store. I know I saw it on, what's that? It's a website that Beautydealsbff finds deals on. I forgot the name of it, but they still had the original one, not this one. My problem with this one is, I don't know if they changed the formula or like what they did to tweak the colors, but this is way more orange than the original one is. Like, you have to put a yellow color corrector in with it and then do a whole bunch of work with it. And it's like, this is a $50 foundation. I shouldn't be having to do all that. Or it was more than 50, I don't remember. The point is, I shouldn't have to do all that with this foundation. So that's why I say the new one is not worth it. Now, if you talking about the old one, hell yeah, go grab the old one. The old one is wonderful, it's amazing, it's lovely. This new one is not it, and this is the matte version, if I remember correctly. Or maybe, is it the sunscreen in here that makes it do that? Because there's sunscreen SPF 35. But it still looks orange as hell in the bottle. Like, y'all don't play yourself. This is the shade 6N. So if you wear what I wear, I believe it's 060 in the original one. But this one was not it, and I did a video comparing both of them. So although they wear the same, they don't look the same as far as color goes, because this is so damn orange. So don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it. It's not worth your money. So the next thing I have is this Natasha Denona Transfix Matte Concealer. This concealer is terrible. Like, you put it on and then you blend it and it just blends away to nothing. So it's like, what the fuck type of coverage is this supposed to be giving me? I mean, maybe this is a concealer made for people with perfect under eyes. So if you have perfect under eyes, I guess you can use this. But if you put it on and it's blended away to nothing, then, you know, how is this really a concealer? I mean, I guess you could put it on to highlight the parts of your face. That's what I've been doing with it. Because, like, I think this was like $35 or something outrageous like that. $26, $35, one of them. And I was like, yeah, no, this ain't worth it. And Kathleen Light said the same thing about this. She said she put it on and she blended it and it just blended away to nothing. I'm like, okay, so it's, I guess they ain't appreciate me talking about it, but I mean, sis, it's true. You a hot mess. This is shade 18WY, but I'm like, I don't recommend anyone buy this. I don't care if you do have perfectly under eyes, because once you put it underneath there, it's just gonna blend away to nothing. So what's the point of spending $26, $28 on that when it's gonna blend away to nothing? No. So don't buy this shit. I have a couple of foundations here, but I'm trying to get all the luxury stuff out the way first, so we'll have to go back to those in a second. So I have the Patrick Todd, what is this? For Face, We Love Her Pink Pearl Highlighting Mist. Needless to say, this isn't my color, but I'm just not feeling the whole spray it in there. Maybe if you spray it on top of your foundation, you know how you squirt foundation back in your hand, and y'all know I like to mix highlighter in my mouth. Maybe if you sprayed on top of the foundation that you squirt on the back of your hand and then mix it in, this would work for you. But like spraying it on your face is just a no-go. I sprayed it on my face once and it worked out okay, but the color just isn't a match for me anyway. Plus, I feel like this would be a really messy product unless you're going to spray it on your face before you put on like any product. Like you put on your primer, I guess, and then you can spray this on to have like a glow from within situation. I don't know exactly how you're supposed to use this, but it just wasn't really a vibe for me. So I'm not going to recommend you buy it. As you can see, I got a little sample size because I bought this and the little fan just because I wanted the fan. This just happened to be in there. I was like, fine, whatever. I actually gave it away in a giveaway recently too, the fan and like this or whatever, but I don't know. I just don't recommend that product. Like, I guess you can, if you already have it, you can try it in the ways that I spoke about, and hopefully that'll help, because I'm thinking about trying it that way for me, but because my skin tone, and it's supposed to be a pink pearl, I still don't think that would work out well, so it's just going to have to be a no for me, dog. Okay, now, do you consider, whether Huda Beauty high-end or not? I'm going to consider her, I'm going to consider her luxury, since her palettes are like $67, so we'll get into her a little bit later. But this Tom Ford quads, y'all know how I feel about Tom Ford quads. I just don't think they're worth the price at all, so I'm going to just tell you not to buy them. But this is the one in Sahara Haze number 8. This is actually one I saw Jackie with like a long time ago when I first started watching YouTube videos. When I first found her, she had this quad. I think she had used it once, and I thought it looked really nice. So I actually hunted this down on Macari just to have, because I haven't tried the formula yet. But like I tried like I think 3 or 4 other ones. And although they are okay, I just don't think they're worth $88. So it's like, maybe if you can find a 50% off, then it's worth it. But I got one at 50% off recently, and I tried it out, and I still didn't think it's worth it. I just don't see what everyone sees in these. I don't think they're worth it, and yeah, no, don't buy it. Next thing I have is some Natasha Denona face palette. So the reason I don't like this one is I feel like it doesn't do that much from people my skin tone, in my personal opinion. I said that in my video when I first reviewed these, because I got this, and then I got, of course, the mini Love palette for the eyes. But I don't know what it is. Like this highlighter, I felt like it was really hard to get off. This diamond blush, I feel like is way too shimmery, and then when you put this on top of this, it just makes your cheeks look really, it accentuates the pores and makes it look quite textured. That's why I didn't like it. And then second of all, I feel like the colors just didn't show up that well. Like this one hardly showed up. This highlighter is hard to deal with. Like, so to me, this palette is a whole mess. And for people my skin tone, you shouldn't buy it. Now, if you have a lighter skin tone, I've heard wonderful things about it. Like I think Mel Thompson said she liked it. She said she didn't like it as much as the Blossom one, which is my favorite one as well. I feel like that's the best one she has out of all of them. But I wouldn't recommend it. Now this one, I don't like because of this weird putty formula she has up here at the top. So these two, I know Mel Thompson said hers, I think, had already hard panned or something weird like that. And that happened to mine as well. And I've only used the putties like a couple of times. However, I do use the bottom part of it, like, because I feel like they're gorgeous highlighters. I mix them together and just use them as highlighters, since, you know, this thing was $50, so it's going to get used. It was 50 or 48. I forgot how much these retail for. But the point is, I use the bottom part, so at least I can get some use out of it. But I still wouldn't recommend it, because it's like she could have just made these 2 individual highlighters, or even just cut it off and did like this. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it, so I don't think you should buy it. So don't buy it shit. Now I'm going to get into some Viziard. Yes, I have some Viziard. But with the Viziard, it's just more of the colors that didn't work out for people my skin tone. So I'm just saying this for people my skin tone. Don't buy these. I mean, they have 2 neutral ones, or like brown ones, that you can buy if you want to try that formula. A smaller packet. But this one, not at all. Look at how beige this is. I mean, not beige. I mean, it has a nice purplish type undertone, since it's supposed to be the lilas. But I feel like it just... And then the shimmers in here just weren't doing it for me. And I felt like these mattes were kind of powdery. So I've said this before. I don't feel like these are the same as the bigger ones. Despite what other people say, I respectfully disagree. Like, I don't feel like these are the same. And these are the Framboise. I believe I said that right. But yeah, I was hoping this one would do a little bit better, but it didn't, because this is a very light wash of color, and then these shimmers, again, don't do anything. So I'm not going to tell you to buy these. I think I said in that video, if you can find a color store you like, or if you like the more neutral ones, then you should buy it, because they had a set on Sephora for like $27, where you got the pink one I just showed you, and then like the more brown tone one. So I mean, I guess you can find that deal. Go ahead if you want to try them, but I just don't think the formula of those are the same as the other ones. Plus, we'll get into a little later. Anyway, so now I got these Huda palettes. So basically, just about all the ones in these containers, I feel like always have terrible formulas. I've only found, I think like maybe 2 out of all the ones I tried that I like this is the neon orange. I'm not really a fan of it. And then this pastel lilacs, it wasn't good. I had the minted one that I compared to the ColourPop ones, and it wasn't that good. So it's just like, I feel like when she does them like this, like everyone else says, the quality goes down and they don't perform as well. The only ones that performed just as nice was like the what is it, the nude ones. And then which other one do I have in the small one? Because I only have the nude one, and I think I have the original ones that she came out with, like the smoky one, and then the what is it, the mauves. So the mauves in this drawer, I feel like those are pretty decent, but like otherwise I wouldn't really fit them. Like the emerald one, I had that one, I didn't like that. I gave it to one of my cousins. I don't know, when it comes to her mini palettes, I've just learned that I need to stop buying them. So after the pastel one, I didn't buy the haze one, and I don't know if there was a set after the haze ones or not, but it's like I haven't bought them since the pastel ones, because I was just like totally turned off after I tried that. I'm like, girl, bye, you gone so with that. No. Okay, so the last thing I have, and you know, people was mad when I initially did my video on it, but I still feel the same way. This is the Marc Jacob Omega Bronze in Tantalize. It took him forever to come out with a shade for me to begin with. And then when he came out with it, it was just like, this is what people bragging about for what? As you can see, mine is hardly used because I wasn't impressed with the formula on this. There are way better bronzers out there that do way better. I don't care that there's a huge ass pan of it. I just don't think it's worth the price he charges. So when they put this on sale, if you want to try it, then I would recommend you try it then. But I just don't think it's worth it. And it was currently on sale right now with the extra 20% off. So I mean, I guess you could go snag it now. I don't know. I just, it's okay. It's not special. So yeah, there's that. So let us get into the high-end. Okay, y'all, so I got cut off, and I don't know where I got cut off. But the last high-end thing I have to luxury thing I have to talk about is this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk Diamond. So I've heard people saying that this isn't the same color as the original Pillow Talk. I don't know. I think I only own one Pillow Talk thing, and that's like the Insta Eye Palette or whatever, and that's because I got it for 50% off on Net-a-Port. But I actually got this for free, and I don't necessarily like the formula of this or the color of this. It's not like it's a bad color for my skin tone. I'm just thinking for the price of this, because I think this is $34 or $38. I personally don't think it's worth it, because I can kind of feel the like glitter particles on there when I rub it across my lips to put it on. I mean, you don't feel it after you put it on, but this the initial feeling of rubbing it on and it feeling kind of glittery, and then it not being that great a formula for $34 or $38. Again, I don't know how much it costs. I got it for free, so I just recommend that you don't get it. I don't know though, but yeah, I'm not impressed with it, and you shouldn't buy it. So I'm gonna get into some high-end stuff now that I don't think is worth it, and I hate to do this because I love this makeup artist, but Makeup by Mario's Master Crystal Reflector Highlighter and Bronzite, no, do not buy this. It's a really flaky formula, and then like when I went to highlight on my face, it was just like glitter particles sitting on random parts of your face instead of with a highlighter. So then I tried it to put it on the eye, but then I didn't like it there either, because again, it just, as soon as you rub into it and try to put it on, it's like reflects the glitter everywhere. I don't know if I need to use the glitter glue and then press it on my lid, and I like it better that way. But like for the price of this, I just don't think it's worth it, and I don't like it. I like the glitter shimmers in it and all that, but I just don't like it for the purposes I've tried it for, and I've tried it like 2 or 3 different ways before I just came to the conclusion that I don't like it. So I'm not gonna recommend that you buy it because I don't like it. The next thing I have is the IT Cosmetics Lash Blowout Mascara. I got the I think this was a free sample from Sephora or 100 Point Perk, something like that. I got it and I just was not wowed by this mascara. I feel like it doesn't do anything besides coat my lashes to make them look like blacker, but it doesn't help them with any length or any volume or any curl, anything like that. So I was like, what is the purpose of this mascara? Because it doesn't do anything. So I wasn't impressed with it. I don't feel like it did a good job, and I don't recommend that you buy it. As you can see, I didn't even buy it. I'm glad I got a sample instead of actually buying it, because then I'd have felt some type of way. There's plenty of mascaras at the drugstore that do a way better job, and there's plenty of high-end mascaras that do a decent job, and that ain't one of them, so don't waste your money. Okay, so I only got a couple, I got like 4 more things for the high-end that you shouldn't buy. Then we're going to go into the if you can catch it on a good deal, then buy it section, and then we'll finally be done. Which God only knows how long that'll be. Jesus. Okay, so I have the Smashbox Skin Studio Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. If you all didn't know, I wear the shade 4.25. So in all the Smashbox foundations, I wear the shade 4.25 if it has this numbering system to it. I heard Mel Thompson talking about this, and she was talking about how, you know, it emphasized all your texture in your pores or whatever. But I called it a really good deal, and I wanted to try it out for myself, and she was right. It does just that. So I was not impressed with this foundation at all. Right now, I use it as a mixer foundation, so I mix it in with the Lip Bar foundation, because that one doesn't give enough coverage in my personal opinion, but it smooths out this one, so that way it doesn't give you that textural issue that Mel Thompson was talking about. So when I have foundations like this that I feel like are really thick and full coverage and do what I just spoke about this foundation does on its own, I'll try to get a serum foundation and mix it in with that, or just a more liquidy foundation, so that way it smooths out this texture of this, which means it doesn't look as thick and cakey on the skin. That's just a tip for anybody who cares, but I would recommend that you go ahead and get this just because of that reason, because you shouldn't have to buy a foundation at regular price and then turn around and put an extra foundation with it in order for you to be able to use it. I just ended up doing it that way because I had bought a few foundations on Black Friday in 2019 in order to try out, and then when I didn't like them, I just mixed them with other things to make them work for me. But yeah, I don't recommend that you just go out and get this foundation at all, because it emphasizes texture and grabs dry patches and a whole bunch of other issues that you just don't want to deal with. Okay, so the next one I have is the Bite Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. Now, I had already ordered this when I saw Mel Thompson's video, and she's talking about how it broke her out. So I was kind of disturbed and concerned. I wear the shade D155, by the way, if anybody cares. Again, this is a foundation that I do not like. I feel like it's not anything special for the price they charge, and this is like almost 40 bucks. This is $39.50. For $39.50, I need you to do something, and I feel like it did nothing. It didn't look any better than any other foundation in my collection, and since I have an extensive collection, this wasn't any impressive to me in any way. So again, this is another one I mix. I go between this with this Smashbox Skin Studio I just showed you all, and this one, and the Lip Bar foundation in order to use those up, because I'm trying to use up some of my foundations this year in a project pan situation. I already showed the video for that a while ago, so you can check that out. But yeah, I'm not impressed with this foundation at all. It's not anything special. Do not waste your money on it. Just don't. So that's why I'm telling you, don't buy that. It's not worth it. Okay, so I got the Urban Decay, what is it, the Major Stone palette. I think that's what this one's called. I don't remember. I have the 10 in the bathroom, but I took off the packaging, so I don't know if that's exactly it. But it's a mini stoned palette, basically. It's actually on sale for $12.50 on their website. I still don't recommend you get this. Like, these are at best topper shades, and then like the mattes I feel like they give you with it aren't, you know, anything special. To me, none of this palette is anything special. I would tell you to go get the Naked palette instead. The Naked Honey palette instead, because it's 50% off. And that'll be a better deal for you than buying this palette, because this just is not it. I've heard mixed reviews about the Stone palette. I personally do not like this one, so I know I would not like that one, because I don't like the formula of these shades. I feel like they're toppers at best, and they don't give any type of reflector special glow. You can just buy some singles, or, you know, get a ColourPop palette, and I feel like it would be better quality than this. This is a total bust, and don't even waste your $12.50. It is just awful. The last palette I have is the ABH Norvina Mini Pro Pigment Volume 2 palette. These are not the same quality as the bigger ones. I know people, so I feel like I heard some people say they are. They aren't. This one, I've dropped mine a few times. That's why this shade is messed up and why there's chunks missing. But yeah, I don't recommend this palette at all. I do have some I will recommend in a second, but it is not this one. The third one is the only mini one I would recommend that I like the formula and I think it's really nice. This one, absolutely not. No, no, no. Don't buy it. It's not worth your money. And the first one, I'm sure the quality is the same on that one as it is on this one, so I don't recommend that one either. Okay, so let's get into the stuff that I would recommend if you can catch it on a good sale, but I wouldn't recommend it to be a full price. That's how we're going to end it with. That's the somewhat positive note I have to end it on. So, I'm going to start off with some foundation. So, I have the Airbrush Flawless Foundation Stay All Day and Night from Charlotte Tilbury. I have the shade 13. I think this is the shade 13 Neutral, if I remember correctly. It doesn't say on the bottle, but I'm pretty sure I have the shade 13 Neutral, because I wanted 12.5 warm, but they didn't have it, so I had to settle for this. Yeah, I'm quite sure I have 13 Neutral. I don't know why there's not a sticker on the bottom of this particular one, but The other ones did. Of course, I would go in the bathroom and grab the one that doesn't have the sticker. But I wear 13 neutral, if anyone cares. I usually have to use like those yellow pigment drops from e.l.f. in order to make it a bit warmer. Because even though it's supposed to be neutral, I still feel like it pulls quite a bit red. As opposed to, you know, actually pulling neutral. So just keep that in mind. If you can catch it on a good sale, I would recommend it. Because it's not like it's a bad foundation. It's just, you know, with all the other foundations I have in my collection, I don't feel like it's exceptional to the point where I would pay the full price for it. And I'm glad I got those samples as opposed to paying the full price, because I'd have been quite upset had I paid the full price. So the next foundation I have, and you can actually catch this one on sale right now on Sephora's website. This is the Natasha Denona Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation. Now, I remember when I first tried this, I didn't like it. I have grown to tolerate it now since it is in my collection. I've tried it more than that initial time I tried it on camera, because I had got this to go with the concealer, and I think because I was so irritated with that concealer I showed you all earlier that I thought was terrible and I told you not to buy. It's why I was just kind of irritated with the foundation as well, because I felt like it was just a whole, you know, clusterfuck situation. But I tried this out in a video comparing it to the Pat McGrath one just to see which luxury foundation would be better. And I tolerated it in that video, and it was better in that video than it was before. But again, I think it was because I didn't use her horrible ass concealer. Or maybe I did. I don't remember. Anyway, I have the shade 85WN, which is dark, warm, neutral. There is a shade I want to try. I think it's 87WY, which is a yellow shade that I feel like I would like a little bit better, but I'm going to just work with this one. And if I like it after having used it quite a while, then I might try that shade. But this is on sale for like $22.50 or $24.50 or something like that. And they're still having that 20% off sale, because I'm filming this on New Year's Day and that sale ends today. So if you want to grab it, you should probably go ahead and grab it. Why I'm saying this now, I don't know, because you're not going to see this video till after that sale is over. So my bad. I always do that with my dumbass, and then, you know, I'm sure somebody in the comment section like, yo, dumbass. Sorry. But I think it's tolerable enough to, if you can get it on sale and you want to try out a new foundation, you should try it out. Because it's not like it's bad. Now, I wouldn't say I think it makes your pores vanish, but I mean, it does make the skin look nice and smooth, and it's a matte foundation. So it might be good for like the summertime for you. But it's not like that super, you know, suck all the oil out your face matte. So just keep that in mind. The next one I have is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter. What is it called? Faux Filter High Coverage Cream Foundation. Now, y'all know how Huda is. So this has a fragrance out of this world. Yes, yeah, I can smell it now. All I did was, you know, go like that. But you can smell it out of this world. So if you can catch this on sale, I would say get it. But I actually use this as a mixer as well for myself, because it's kind of thick. I mix it with the Stellar Foundation. I don't know if they have that on Sephora anymore or not. I caught mine at 50% off, and then I just mix it with this foundation to, again, thin out the foundation, because it is kind of thick. If you don't mind being a cake face, then I definitely recommend it, because it does look nice on the skin. It's just be mindful of the smell, because it stays for a while. So just be mindful and catch it on sale, because it's a lot. The smell is a lot. The next one I have is the Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation. I wear the shade Deep Y500. This was the foundation I was talking about to offset that Hourglass one, because this is a liquid to powder foundation as well. And it has SPF of 25 in it, so it's going to be helpful in that area, in addition to you putting on your regular SPF. But I like this foundation. I thought it was nice. The only reason I say get it on the deal is because I feel like I always see it on sale if they haven't already discontinued it. It was a really nice foundation once I learned how to use it, because at first I was like everybody else, like, this foundation is horrible. But I found out it was liquid to powder, and I was doing my normal, you know, extra powdering routine. So I just had to calm down on the powder. So I usually put this on, and then I'll use like a foundation powder as opposed to a like setting powder, put all over his face, and then I'll just put like a setting powder where I, you know, did my concealer and all that, and then it just works fine. And it's beautiful coverage and beautiful finish. It's just you have to remember that you can't be powder crazy with this, because if you powder crazy with it, you're not gonna like it either. And since it's such a good deal, I definitely recommend you try it out, because it's not like it's a bad formula. It's just you have to remember it's liquid to powder, like the NARS soft matte one that just came. Okay, y'all, so the camera keeps turning off, so I don't know where it last stopped at. I have no idea. Crap, these cards keep dropping on the floor. So let's get into some other things. I hope it got all the foundations, even if it didn't get the setting powders I just showed you all. But the next one I have is the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. So, y'all saw my review. Y'all know how I feel about this. This is not worth $50. I'm sorry. Now, if you catch it on sale for like $28 instead of the $48, then yeah, I definitely recommend it, because, you know, it does look nice. I just don't think it does anything special for how much they charge. I feel like it does like about the same thing that the Makeup Forever like Velvet one does, which I actually meant to include here. I left it over there by accident. But yeah, I feel like they do about the same thing, and that one is cheaper than this one is. And then Makeup Forever has sales pretty often, or at least I get emailed about sales pretty often in my personal opinion. So this ain't worth $48. I'm sorry. It's nice. It looks nice. It does a good job of, I guess, the blurring or whatever. I mean, it doesn't hold forever, and since I have oily skin, that's more of my concern, not having a soft focus look. Because since the camera ain't right up on my face, I don't need a soft focus look. And I just don't think this is worth $50. I'm sorry. So the next things I have are, believe it or not, I have like 2 or 3 things from Mother. So I guess I got 4 things from Mother. Oh God. Don't hate me too much, y'all. And put those back. I'm trying to do like face products now, and then we're going to end with eyeshadow palettes, of course. Because that is what I have the most of, since that is what I use the most. Okay. The next thing I have is the Patrick Ta blush. Now I say catch this particular color and shade on sale if you're my skin tone, because when you see it, you know what I'm talking about. This is She's So LA. So needless to say, this is more my skin tone, and in the summertime I won't be able to use this at all. So I feel like if you're my skin tone, you should try to catch this one on a sale. Like I really like it, but I can only use this now that it's wintertime. And I've been using it now that it's wintertime just because I love my Patrick Ta blushes. But because these are kind of high, and this is a color you can only use in wintertime, I'd say like wait till the winter sale and then buy it. So that way you can get that 20% off, or see if Patrick Ta's website has a sale. I haven't known his website to have any sales, so I think at best they had like 15% off or something like that. So just wait till the 20% off sale if you're Rouge at Sephora, and then go ahead and pick this up, because the quality of these are great. Or maybe you can just buy another color at regular price. But if you're looking for this color and you're my shade, sis, you're going to have to wait till the fall to pick this up. So you might as well wait till the Sephora sale in November and then snag it. So the next thing I have is the Natasha Denona the Tan palette. So if you all remember my review, I told y'all we can't use this if you my skin tone to the wintertime, because whose blush is this in the summertime? It's not mine, and it damn sure in a bronzer for me, because it's closer to my skin tone. I'm sorry, it's lighter than my skin tone. So you know, I haven't really been using the cream product in the top at all, because I just didn't feel the need to. I just use this powder right here and go on my day. I use these 2 highlighters, as you can see. So this one has been used, but I've been using it mainly now that it's wintertime, because this is the only time I can use it. So I have to use all my neutrally toned bronzers in the winter, blushes in the wintertime. So that's why I said get these 2 when they are on sale. Don't pay regular price if you my skin tone, because we can't use that till about, I want to say maybe October, November. But not thankfully, but since, you know, winter in Chicago is quite long, I don't have an issue with having them in my collection, because I know I can use them till like about March, because Chicago winters don't play. I remember one time it was snowing in like April. Chicago's a retarded place, y'all. It just started snowing like 3 days after Christmas. I'm like, what? So where was the snow for Christmas though? Like, did it get lost in translation? Where did it go? Did the post office have to bring the snow, and that's why it came 3 days late? Like, let's not get started on that. Anyway, I have the Pat McGrath's Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter. And if you all remember in my video, I said I didn't like this. It's called Champagne Gold. I don't feel like this highlighter is made for my skin tone, which like hurts my soul, because it's the first Pat McGrath powder highlighter that she has. And then I don't feel like it works for people my skin tone. Like, look at that. It seems to be more pearly pink champagne than like an actual champagne gold like it's named. And if you all remember my application of it, it was quite icy. So I don't recommend you buy this at full price. Like, if you get it on sale and you're willing to try it, then, you know, be my guest. But I'm not going to recommend you buy this at full price at all. And I was totally disappointed in this, just because, you know, I wanted to have a highlighter from Mother. I mean, I do, but I wanted one I could actually use that didn't make me look like an icy hot mess. And I tried it, mind you, in the wintertime. So, yeah, no. I'm going to try it again tomorrow just to see how I feel about it again. But I only tried delivering that video, and then I think like one time after that, just because I was so disappointed. Okay, so the last thing I have, well, no, this isn't the last thing. This is another thing I have from Mother is the, what is it, Lip Shine. Sorry, let me get the name right. Pat McGrath Labs Lip Fetish Divinity Lip Shine. I have the shade Nude Venus. So I would say don't pay full price for these just because it's like half the size of the regular lipstick. I wish I had one over here, but all of them are over in the corner, I believe. Yeah, so all of them over in the corner. I can't show you, but this is half the size, and it costs more than the original ones. So this is what it looks like. I mean, it's a nice formula. It's a nice lipstick. It's just, I don't think it's worth the full price just because you get half the product and it's just charging more. I don't know if this formula costs more to make, and that's why I figured the more pigmented formula would cost more to make than this one. So I'm confused on why it costs so much. But if you can catch it on sale, I mean, it's a nice lipstick. Mother usually makes nice things, and it's a nice thing. It's just a high nice thing. And I feel like you can get it on a better deal. So just wait till it goes on sale. Okay, now we're going to get to the palettes, and then I'm going to end on the more high-end things and luxury things. But I have this Viziard Petite Pro Soleil palette. Now, if you want to get this palette, I don't think you would have an issue with it. It has two other shades that's in the Violet palette. Like this shade and this shade, to me, look identical to the one in Violet. And if you all remember correctly, in the Violet video, I swatched and showed you that these two are the same as that palette over there. So, because the Violet is sitting on the bed, that's why I said over there. But yeah, I wouldn't pay full price for this, just because if you all remember correctly, I keep telling y'all, people say the formula of these is the same as the big one. In my personal opinion, it's not. So I'm not going to tell you, yeah, it's going to be the same, and you can just go ahead and buy this one over that one. Like, no, you can try this one out if you just wanted those two particular colors out of the palette, and the rest of the palette you felt like was dupable in your collection, but those two shades stood out to you, then I would say get this one, but wait till it goes on sale, because this one usually goes on sale pretty often. So that's what I'm saying, get it on sale, don't pay regular price, because I think regular price for it is like 30 something. I bought mine on sale for I think $25, and it was the extra 20% going on or something like that. So that's how I ended up with it. Next, I have the Marc Jacobs Cherrific palette. Now, I got this because I hadn't tried Marc Jacobs shadows in a while, and I wanted to see how it would perform. And they perform the same as they did before. I only own one other palette from him. I have Stiletto. I got rid of Editorial. Those were the only color stories that really spoke to me, the dark grungy ones. This one is okay. It's just I'm not a really big berry person, and I feel like you're going to get a very limited amount of looks with this palette if you buy it, because, you know, it's just a limited color story. I don't like this shade that much. These two to me aren't really useful, and then it's only these four. So I would definitely say get this on sale. Not to mention, I feel like a lot of Marc Jacobs stuff goes on sale. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if people aren't really feeling the brand the way they used to, or what's going on with that. But I feel like he has like his core things that sell well, and other things that he tries from time to time. Sometimes people like them and sometimes people don't. So that one I would say get on sale, because you're only going to, because his palettes only have so many shades in it, it's only going to be a limited amount of looks that you can do. And I don't feel like it's one of those core ones to where it's like you can do an unlimited amount of shades, looks, even though they gave you a limited amount of colors. So it's not one of those for me, and that's why I say wait till it goes on sale. Because since the highlighter's already on sale, I feel like it's a matter of time before the eyeshadow palette goes on sale, or it might show up in TJ Maxx. I hear a lot of people say they see a lot of Marc Jacobs in TJ Maxx. I'm not an avid TJ Maxx shopper when it goes to makeup. I usually just buy it from the store or check Sephora or Ulta's website, just because I ain't got time for all that. I needed to be at the door and be there and be where I needed to be, because y'all know I have to go to work, and I have to deal with my son, and I have to deal with my grandmother. So it's like I have a whole lot of stuff that I have to deal with, so I have time to be pros in the aisles of TJ Maxx. Unless Adrian's with his dad. Then I have time to do it, and by then I'm tired. I'm trying to film all these videos like we doing now, so I ain't got time for that. Anyway, next I have the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad in Flora Fantasia. So this was my least favorite out of all of them. I felt like this was a color story that was easily passable. The other two are wonderful to me, but I don't know. I feel like every year the last 2 years she's come out with these, she always has one that I just don't care about. And this is the one I didn't care about. Like the year before, in 2019, the more bronzy gold red tone one, I didn't care about that one. This is what it looks like on the inside if anyone's curious. So as you can see, like the one matte shade in there is too light. And then this one just seems like a more topper S type shade. This is lavender blue. I'm not that crazy about it. This shade is, I think, Incandescent Orchid. Or it might be Lotus Paradise. I think this is Lotus Paradise. Anyway, I'm not really a fan of this quad. just because of its color story. And okay, so these ABH Norvina palettes. I know ABH is canceled. I use these every Sunday though for your single shadow Sunday, so I figure I should mention them since you see them on my Instagram shadow every Sunday. I do not necessarily recommend either one of these, but if you want to try a colorful palette from ABH and you like either one of these color stories, wait to catch it on a deal, because I know last year during the holidays they went like 50% off on Sephora's website, so maybe you can just wait to try it out then. I switch between these two. I don't have one I like better than the other one, so this is what each one of them looks like. If I had to pick one, believe it or not, I think I would actually pick this one. And I know you think I picked the blue one because of all the blues in it, but I don't know. The color story of the orange one just speaks to me a little bit more. So if you can catch them on sale, get them. I know you can catch this one on sale. This is the Caliente palette from Artist Couture. It was on sale on his website a few times for like 40% off. And then like you can buy it off people on Mascara because they have because it came in BoxyCharm. So I would definitely recommend that you do it that way. Don't go to the website and pay full price for this if you don't have to, just because, I don't know, I feel like we have lots of warm tone palettes because for years and years and years people were pushing out warm tone palettes, but now we're turning to the cool tone game. But if you still like warm tone palettes, but I just saw somebody on Macari, like or Poshmark, like I saw a lady selling on Poshmark like brand new for like 15 bucks, so get it there. Last thing I have is these melt palettes. So if you can catch them on sale, get them. But I don't necessarily like the formula of either one of these. I like the color story of this one way better. And if you have a lot of time to sit around and play with it, then I would suggest that you get it. Because I really like the color story of it. It's just a pain in the ass. And like, to me, this is my subculture as far as like trying to get it to work for you and it blended away and it being patchy. Because it's like I packed this shade on, and then I feel like on my lid it still looks patchy in places. And the same thing with this one. I packed it on the lid and I feel like it still looked patchy in places. So like maybe you have to use it as light wash. Maybe you can just use those as inner corner colors, and then you have to like use the neutrals, and that'd be like your pop with this palette if you already own it. The Gemini, I don't really like the formula of this one. There's nothing wrong with color story. It's just I feel like they have some formulas that are better. Like I feel like their holiday palettes are where it's at when you want to buy a melt palette. Because otherwise it'll be like possibly hit and miss. Especially after they got into Sephora. Because I guess they had to push out more palettes than usual. I don't know. But buy these on sale. Do not buy them full price. Or you can just get the Kaleidos, what is it? The green one. The sci-fi green. And not get this one at all. Because this is $58. And I don't think it's personally worth $58. And I am a melt stand. So don't get it twisted. But I just don't think those are worth full price, and I feel like you should get them on sale. So those are my thoughts on all these palettes. I know this video was long as hell. I'm going to be trying to edit it and condense it down. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.